Shabbat Shalom. It's Friday. How's everyone? I'm good. I just got in from work. It was kind of slow being the day after Thanksgiving, but not too bad. We still had a decent little evening, and yeah, nothing much to speak of, just pretty chill. I'm still pretty full from Thanksgiving. I'm probably not going to eat any dinner. We had like some snacks at the restaurant late in the shift, and for once I'm done. I'm stuffed. I'm just going to drink some water and go to bed early. But we have our extended reading for the evening, and if you're like, extended from what? I post on Instagram Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the morning around 11 Central Time. And we do like our general readings for the week there. I write them all up and I have an interesting photograph. And then we talk about these on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights in our video. And so for the weekend, we pulled out of Vintage Wisdom, we got trust, followed by strength. And then as for our tarot cards, we got 5 of Cups, followed by King of Swords, followed by 2 of Wands. So it's a fairly straightforward message for the weekend. It's like whatever the appearances seem to be, there's probably more action going on behind the scenes than we realize, and more pieces are falling into place than it looks at the moment. So if you're tempted to feel upset or maybe disappointed over the weekend or just kind of sad or down, don't let yourself go there. Pay attention and observe the feelings and look into them deeper to see where they're coming from and where they're really stemming from. But chances are it's really not surprising that any of us would feel this way, because this huge like Sagittarius new moon that just happened, you know, we've got all of this like positive, expansive influence from Jupiter, and all of this energy is catalyzing us from the inside, and it's getting us motivated and inspired, and we're feeling fiery. So it's no surprise that our ego is going to jump in and try to shit in our cereal. Try to be a wet blanket and rain on our parade and all of the cliches. Because what happens is, every time we up-level our opponent or the opposing force that provides resistance and challenge and tries to trigger our shadow for the grander purpose of our evolution, for our, let's just leave it at that. For the expansion of our consciousness and our evolution, we are terrorized by an opposing force. And every time we up-level, that opponent up-levels with us. And so it's not anything that we're ever going to fully get rid of, but it's something that we can become immune to, because we can expect that opponent force to come at us with challenges. And Brene Brown calls it a vulnerability hangover. You know, like when you have the backlash of being like strong and brave and courageous, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, what am I doing? I don't know. Who am I to do this? I don't know anything. You know, that kind of thing. So if this weekend you're like thinking, well, I don't know, what's the point of it all? You know, if you're feeling apathetic or like a little bit down, or like you're not where you want to be, and like you just feel like it's never going to come to fruition, or you're never going to see any benefits or any fruits from your labor, don't worry, you will. Do not cry over spilled milk. Like I said, just try to observe what the feelings are telling you, but don't get lost in the story. Don't circle and spiral down in that quagmire. Just expect that it's going to try to get you, and don't fall for its tricks. Don't fall for the trap, right? Because like I wrote about that, read the description, because I'm going to include what I wrote up this morning. But it was like this image of our fated life versus our destined life was presented to me. And the fated life is like the hand that you're dealt. But the destined life is the life that you create with the hand that you're dealt in the face of the wind, like constant winds of change and the challenges of life. Like amidst all of that chaos, it's what we can do with what we've been dealt. And to shape our destiny, it's like a gauntlet of initiations and portals that we have to traverse through this like kind of mischievous forest of tricks and traps and adventures and friends and foes and tricksters and thieves and princes and kings and paupers and fools. And so we have to like meet all these characters, and we're going through all these different challenges and everything. And it's part of slaying each dragon it takes to get to the next level of consciousness, step by step by step. And so as we do that, our life expands, our potential expands, our embodiment of our potential expands, right? But we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing through that gauntlet and those challenges and those, tests and obstacles. So we can't get sad, because that is just a trick of one of those opposing forces in that forest, right? In that challenge, in that testing ground. So just be aware that it might come up. The King of Swords is saying like, hey, even if you're tempted to like get all 5 of Cupsy and like sad and disappointed and down and like kind of depressed, stay emotionally sober, stay focused, maintain that sense of self-mastery and that self-control, especially over your thoughts and your mental landscape, because the thoughts that you allow into your mind and you let fester there are making you feel emotions. And so if you allow all of this chaotic garbage to be filling your head all the time, you're going to have terrible emotions, right? And it's going to drag you down. And then it's going to drag you down into that quagmire, and then your magnetism is going to putter out, right? And so we're keeping our magnetism high by staying motivated, by staying focused, by staying consistent, by showing up for ourselves, right? And we have to trust that things are taking shape and they are going to eventually, bear fruit. But for now, it's just we're in a very specific initiation time where it's supposed to look like nothing we're doing is working, right? And that's the challenge, is to sit in a moment where it looks like nothing that you're doing is working, and no matter what you do, nothing will ever be enough. You have to think that that's the case and still show up and give, still show up and do your best. Be like, okay, well, whatever, let the chips fall where they may. If I fail or not, I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to do my best. I'm still going to give. You have to have the strength to keep going, okay? The strength to maintain the systems and the practices and the new habits, right? And the new ways of being. And so we're taking sovereignty over ourselves and over our mind. And we're saying, okay, I'm just going to stay focused. I'm going to stay unemotional about these things that are, like, it's not gonna do me any good to get like upset and like start getting like spiraling into a depression or just get down, like the time change, seasonal depression is the thing this time of year. Like, this is that time of year where you can say, okay, I'm just gonna try to make myself think of coziness and try to like warm things up with candles and Christmas lights and try to think of it that way, because wintertime can get pretty sad, pretty dingy, pretty dim, pretty, depending on what industry you're in, it can get pretty stressful because, there's not as much business, so the money's tight, right? So it's more important than ever with all of the expansive potential of Jupiter to stay in a very high level, high vibration mindset and feel good, so that you can keep your magnetism up, so that you can keep attracting in abundance, and you can stay in a steady state of harmony and bliss, no matter what season it is and no matter what the circumstances are. So stay focused, Stay emotionally sober and grounded, and practice sovereignty over yourself and your thoughts and the way you feel. Set boundaries with yourself and stick to them. And keep your eye on your vision. Focus in on all these things that you want to create and expand. Jupiter can expand so much for you this month, but you have to give it something to expand. It's not going to give you things out of nowhere, right? Think of a turkey. The turkey's only going to get as fat as like you feed it, right? You gotta keep your turkey well taken care of if you want a big fat turkey for harvest. So it's the same with the Two of Wands and the potential abundance that Jupiter can bring. We have to put ourselves out there. If we have opportunities, we have to seize those opportunities. We have to show up for them. We have to go the extra mile and do the extra work to take advantage of this moment in time. Also, by showing that we're committed and devoted, it tells the universe that we're hungry and that we have a desire. And it's everything that we manifest starts with desire. If we don't have desire, then there's no magnetism to draw in the manifestation, and there's no motivation or inspiration to do the work that it's required and to stick with it and stay persistent. So stay focused. Get really clear on your vision, stay focused and excited about it, and be diligent to show up for it, because things can expand right now, but you have to build the vessel. And the more that you do this month to give Jupiter things to expand upon, like side hustles, like your passions, like if you're looking to make new friends, like go to parties and take up invitations. If you're looking to date or you're looking for your soulmate, do the things that help, a person prepare themselves to be a good partner, and put yourself out there in the world and look cute when you're out there. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, one more time. For the cheap seats in the back, we've got trust and strength over the weekend, that everything is actually probably better than it seems, and there's more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye, but, never count your chickens before they hatch. Don't fall into the temptation to get anxious or upset or sad or down. It's just your ego trying to fight you on the embodying of the up level. We're starting on this new journey and this new cycle and this new chapter, where being our new versions of ourselves, the more expanded an elevated conscious version of ourselves. So of course the ego is going to fight back. The opposing force is going to fight us at every level. Stay grounded, stay focused, stay emotionally sober is usually the best way I can describe it. When you're not just like an emotional wreck, or you're not being controlled by your feelings, and you're not because sometimes you're like, oh, I feel sad, but I'm going to get over it in a minute. And then there's other days where you're like, I can't shake this for a week. You know what I mean? Be able to feel something and then let it pass. So stay grounded, stay focused, and stay focused on your vision, and stay motivated, stay committed, and stay consistent, and keep showing up for it, so that Jupiter can expand all the effort that you're putting in, and it can expand upon all of the portals you're opening and vessels you're giving it to fill with light. All right, you guys. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful night and day, and I will see you Saturday night after midnight for our secret teachings of Jesus when I get out of work tomorrow. All right, y'all. Be good, but not too good. Ciao.